What's up, guys? Vince Rudder here, and Merry Christmas. I'm recording this on Christmas because usually I record these Vince Talks on Christmas. Well, actually, no, on Saturday, which is, this is when Christmas starts, at least here in the States or in my time. But yeah, it's usually released on Sunday, which you're watching this right now. Other than that, yeah, hope everyone had an amazing holidays. I know I did. I just had like a feast and everything. My goodness, pecan pie. I gotta say, I don't know. I had a battle between like pumpkin pie and pecan pie. I was trying to vote. I was like, as if I was like, a food critic. Like, let me try this. Okay, is this better? And yeah, I guess pecan pie won that match because my goodness, I couldn't stop eating it. And also, I had like broccoli soup, and also I had like turkey. A second time having turkey. Thanksgiving turkey, and this time turkey. Just a whole feast. Some other stuff, a mixture of Italian and Filipino foods all around. So it was an amazing, feast, I would say. Probably better than Thanksgiving. And, as pretty much I did have my like Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And yeah, it was okay. But man, this Christmas, I am so full. I literally didn't eat dinner because I was this full, to the point where I don't know if I could eat anything. I was just, after eating, I was snacking, just experimenting a bunch of stuff. Trust me, there's a lot of foods. Anyways, but yeah, that was my Merry Christmas. Pretty much, and also it was rain the whole day, and everything was calm. And I guess I had a little nap, and I woke up again, tried to eat, was too full. Pretty much my family watched the game. I got a couple gifts, not really anything crazy. I got like what did I get? I got some shoes, and I got a hat, and also some games because I got a little allowance for Christmas, and some Christmas cards. So yeah, that's my Christmas. Do I feel like I own a bigger Christmas? I mean, there is a part of me where I feel like that's what I wish for, but I'm okay just having this kind of Christmas. Very low key. Nothing big, even though there's some family members that I couldn't see because this whole Omicron thing going on. So, hope everyone is safe within their Christmas. And other than that, my Christmas gift right now is a good old break. New Year's break. And pretty much, I'm not sure if I'm really going to the flight. This whole, again, Omicron thing is really getting serious out there. Hopefully, I have a chance to travel. And you might see a vlog sooner, which I don't know what to vlog if I do go there, and I'm just going to LA pretty much, where I don't know. Hopefully I have a chance to skate. I heard it's like a little warmer down there in LA. Hopefully I get a couple of skate clips here and there. But yeah, if you go to my second channel, also I pretty much posted like a a skate, like showing off my skate park and stuff. I want to do that in LA. That's something that I want to try, but it's also like very cold here in Cali, and pretty much I'm not sure if it's like a little warmer over there in LA. Also, again, I'm not sure how to get around and stuff like that. Either I need a rental, or maybe I'm riding with my cousins. Hopefully my cousins would actually cruise me around. I'm not expecting much when I go to LA. It's pretty much just a way for me to get out of town and just get away from certain things, and also just have a breather, and also celebrate New Year's with my other side of my family. I have a big family. I pretty much would celebrate my cousins up and around, like all over, whether it's in the Philippines or in New Jersey or in in Canada, and also parts in Australia. Pretty much yeah, I have cousins like all around, and don't get me started on my other side of my cousins, ones in Europe, and also many in in different locations, where it's sort of like a tree that is separate those, and also size of family that I get along with pretty well. So it's just like a tree on tree of a family tree, basically. But yeah, my Christmas is doing well. Hopefully things do get better somehow, as life is just not getting easier for me. And I kind of say that because a lot of times I feel like I'm just losing so much, and my mental health can't really handle as much as what I'm losing. And I don't want to get into it, but yeah, I had a rough end of this year. It was a good year, but my goodness, it was just, I was just getting hit with so many, backslides of my life, and just, I don't know. That's pretty much, pretty much if I talk about this in my month by month, which is a video that I'm planning to make, that's something that would actually explain a little bit into it. But still, I mean, I kind of wish that, stuff that I really share in terms of like, the eviction and also losing family members and stuff like that. I wish there was a way to actually for me to share that. But also there's times where I'm like, is it even worth sharing it? Is it even worth really, telling you guys if anyone listens? And I guarantee some people might listen. Some people might not care, like whatever, Vince, that's your problem, that kind of thing. But I really hope there's, and I know that there's a good amount of you guys that are listening that are like, man, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Vince. Like, I'm sorry that you're going through this. And it's tough. I don't know how any, human really goes through it. I don't know how I go through it. Me saying like, oh, it's no big deal. It sort of is a big deal. But a lot of times I tend to focus on other things other than what's happened to me. Like, stuff that, the good things. And that's what this channel is sharing the good things and, the good vibes and whatever. And pretty much just, an escape, a coping mechanism. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So pretty much. And also for this Christmas, I saw Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker, which is, pretty much, I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, but I've been actually in a binge of watching Star Wars. So I just watched this one because I guess for Christmas I got myself a Disney Plus, and yeah, I was really kind of curious. I was like, let me check this out. So I saw Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, and it was actually good. But my goodness, as I look at the reviews, there was many people saying like, man, that was bad. And I kind of see why. There's some, I'm not gonna spoil it, but man, there's a part of me, reason why I've been trying to get back to Star Wars, or pretty much I've been very interested to getting back to sci-fi. Pretty much getting back to sci-fi games. Been checking out Mass Effect and stuff like that, and also other future sci-fi games, but also sci-fi movies. Like, of course, Star Wars. I can never get into like, Star Trek or whatever, even though I do want to get into that, and also get into like, other movies that Netflix shows with all their sci-fi stuff. I'm also trying to, I also need to finish Space Sweeper, which is also a movie that I am trying to actually really, decipher to actually either finish or not. But I also kind of want to, watch something that I kind of really watched that I have been captivated, but also I want to catch up on, which is Star Wars, of course, Pretty much I did see, this is the 2019 Star Wars, the one that pretty much a lot of people says is an epic fail and all that. And I can see why. I mean, it's not that bad, at least to me. Trust me, I'm very optimistic with any movies. I can definitely deal with anything. Like, I'm one of those people that says like, oh, Fowler, like, what is that? Artemis Fowl? Like, Artemis Fowl is like a good movie. It's not bad. And then I look at the reviews and everyone's talking about it, and they're saying like, oh God, this is the worst movie of all time. And I can see why, but my goodness, I can never find myself to actually dislike anything at this point. Like, there's something bad and I'm just like, what? I don't see the problem. I guess that's my thing. The same thing with certain like webtoons I read. Like, some of them are, not all of them are good, but sometimes I read them and I'm like, yeah, this is good, all because I'm making it good, all because I'm trying to make it funny and using my imagination, which is sort of the problem why I actually watch bad stuff. And I'm like, it's not bad. I can handle this, it's all right. It's all right. But it's actually bad for the majority of people. And I'm like, huh? How? I don't know. That's just how my brain works. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just, maybe because I just, sort of just focus a lot on like positivity, or just just having some optimistic-ism when I read. Like, it's only bad when it's cringy. I don't see anything cringy with, Star Wars Rise of the Skywalker. I think there's some of the premise and the story that doesn't make sense, and some stuff that is like, that's all right. But other than that, it's like, it's not bad, I feel like. I don't know. Why am I talking about Star Wars when I'm part of, trying to, when I created an audience that is for romance? Did I watch anything romance at all in itself? I don't know. I mean, there was some romance in Star Wars, but that's a spoiler, so I'm not going to go there, But since I have the Disney Plus, I'm looking forward to watching Encanto. One Disney movie I did see was Ciao Alberto. which is a short film by the movie Luca. And it was like, I don't know if it was a disappointment, but my goodness, there was nothing. It was so short. It was kind of like, that's it. I thought it was going to be like a 30-minute, but no, it's a short film. I could have read the whole thing like, oh, it's a short film. I mean, for a minute, I was like, man, is there something missing? Something's missing in this movie. I just know it is. But no, apparently I'm crazy. I'm just like, oh yeah, it's pretty much a short film and stuff like that. But other than all of those that I pretty much shared, yeah, a lot of predictions going on within my head for this year. And the thing is that this is the last VinzTalk of this year. Pretty much there's not going to be, I don't know if there is going to be a VinzTalk. There might be something I might share that I want to talk about, because the thing is that I'm taking a break and I needed it. But also I can never take a break from ever talking about what I need to talk about to entertain you guys, because sometimes I just love to talk. I just have something in my mind. I think that's how this whole VinzTalk really started, is because I have certain thoughts and opinions in my mind that I just couldn't help but sharing, which kind of really deciphers, pretty much shown that how lonely I am. But I just really love, rants, and also going to discussions and really just talking about my opinions and stuff like that. You would almost think that this is like a tea channel, the way I really try to talk. I don't see myself as a tea channel at all, because I guess that's not really my style in a sense. But, I just find myself really, because of the amount of podcasts that I listen to, I can't help but really picture myself as those podcasts. Like the same thing as a basketball player can't stop picturing themselves being like LeBron James. I can't stop picturing myself actually ever be like, I feel like I'm discussing people of a certain podcast. I'm discussing people in like in a Gamecast or in the Joe Rogan show, or just like any podcast of news or something like that I love to talk about. And I try to really get into that and try to make this whole VinzTalk, try to make it like that. One day I want to have guests. I want to have people to talk to relate and actually to have some discussions, where it's about webtoon or about life or opinions or pretty much or politics. That's something I've also been trying to get into. Also, I've been like, for this year itself, I've been actually getting into a whole lot of politics than I ever was. In my mind, I can only tell you this, pretty much I'm not going into it, but my mind is open. Okay, it's open to what's really going on out there. And I'm not, that's pretty much the farthest I'm going to go with that. And I try to keep politics away from this channel, but man, it's just every day I'm just like, I really want to say something. I really do, but I'm not going to go there. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much what's been going on. And I'm planning to actually put guests in the channel. Like, why not? It's just that it's hard because now I'm in a new place and I kind of have to get used to who's ever like interrupting and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's really going to ruin the whole vibe of this whole entire, making a podcast and actually trying to make it good, but also being interrupted is sort of like, something that actually might ruin the whole flow of the podcast. But it's something that has been in my mind, but also something that I never actually really attempt to do. I could have easily emailed this particular person and, hey, let's zoom it out. Let's talk about it. Let's chop it up, but that never happened. One day I'm going to be that guy. I'm going to be like, hey, we're going to talk about something. We're going to discuss, a little interview, because I kind of have this feeling knowing that there is a lot of people that really like doing interviews. They love doing, they love being interviewed. They love to talk. They love to share. They love to express themselves or where they came from. And I think for me, I dream of being interviewed. Like, hey, how do you start it? How do you do this? That's been kind of something that I want to do. And I've been doing that, especially my second channel. I've been wanting to do that with people within the street culture that I want to talk about. But also here, Webtoon, due to this channel and how, pretty much it's growing quicker. I never saw a channel that I created knowing that it grows. It's still crazy to me that I'm able to actually speed up the subs by just doing what I love to do. And that really shows and pretty much speaks as it, doing what you love to do. You get a fast process because you're enjoying something and you're able and you're capable, especially for me, able to work hard to get there. And this all has been serious, knowing that I've been trying to get this channel up there. And it seems like it's growing not as fast as I expected, but fast enough, if that makes sense. But yeah, pretty much let's go into this short podcast. And I say short because there's not a lot of topics. I'm not planning to talk about a lot of topics, especially game talk. There, with the whole gaming stuff, I'm not planning to ever, really tell you like, oh, let me tell you about this game or this, news or whatever. No, pretty much it's a bunch of games that I actually bought, and I want to actually just, I guess share and review them in a sense. I just bought a new game, actually 3 new games, actually 2, because one is free, which is Gems of War, which is some puzzle game. I just decided, hey, I'm going to download it. Why not? I have time. But I bought Worms Rumble, and I'm a huge fan of the Worms series, but this one is not really, man, I got fooled. They fooled me. Thank goodness it's for sale for $2, but man, I feel like I've been robbed. I don't know. There's no bots. There's no bots. If you're familiar with Worms, this one you'll be thinking like, pretty much if you know Worms, you might think it's like a turn-based shooter or, turn-based strategy game. But no, it's not turn-based. It's pretty much, a shooting game. It's pretty much an arena shooter 2D style game. And you can only play online. You can't play with bots. I wish they put bots. How hard is that? Just put bots. Weren't Team 17 the ones that created Worms? They always put bots in each of their games when it comes to Worms. This is the first one that has no bots. I literally expected bots, but apparently they have no bots. They have no AI. I'm like, that's whack. Like you serious? You could have put bots? You could have put nothing in that. Like, what's happening? Like, I thought they were gonna put some. No, they didn't. As I expected. Man. I don't know. That's just a little tirade. I know it's pointless and stuff like that. Some of you guys are like, what the heck is Worms? But I bought this game, and thank goodness I spent $2. If I spent the full price, which is $15, even though it's cheap, it would still be a steal. Okay? Inflation. Anyone heard that? Yeah, pretty much that would be a waste of money for my time. Let me tell you, I could have spent that money on gas or food. Man. But yeah, Worms Rumble, what a waste of download. Man, anything Worms game that is ever on Switch, and these are mostly games on Switch, never work out. They never work out. I just, I had more fun time actually spending, less money of games that I played, that I spent a lot of time on, that pretty much are free. But this one, why? It could have been free. I don't know what they were thinking. I literally thought that, man, I thought I got my money's worth. Nope. And also it was a big download, that's for sure. I guess that's sort of the, passion of it. I am familiar with other games that are multiplayer and that are only used for online. That is only online, and there's no single player, there's no offline, there's no bots. But this one needed bots. I really want to play the game. The premise, of 2D, shooter, it sounds pretty cool. I really like it. But yeah, it just isn't appealing. And just like that, it's gone. There is this other game that I'm planning to download, which was Saints Row 4, but man, I don't know, looking at it being an open world, I never actually have any, good open worlds out there, unless I'm spending, $60 and stuff like that, let me tell you. But, yeah, this other game is not an open world, but it's a fighting game. And pretty much I always had a good time whenever I get fighting games. That's one of my favorite genres, is fighting games, novels, romance games itself, always something like that I want to bring to the channel, and I always had a good time with those. And sci-fi games, but also for these, I like fighting games as well. And pretty much, I just bought the Street Fighter 30th anniversary. It has all the Street Fighters from Turbo to Third Strike to the old school Street Fighters. So all the arcade Street Fighters is in this one game, and it is worth the money. At first, when I downloaded it, I played Turbo, which is Street Fighter Turbo, the old school one. And it was nothing but rage quits. I was so mad. This game is hard. Okay. I thought it was easy. I'm like, first level, baby, we got this. And no, they wouldn't let me win. They're like, I literally got knocked out. I didn't even have one punch on the person, the next opponent. I choose Ken. I choose Ryu. I choose Chun-Li. Man, it's so hard. No matter what character itself, it's so hard. Dualism. I mean, I prefer anyone else, but Dualism, yeah, hard as well. Pretty much I couldn't defeat Dualism. Okay, I think that's how you say his name, Dualism. But also I play with other characters, other games. I really love Turbo. I really love Third Alpha. That's also one of my favorites. But that was hard too. So yeah, I'm having fun with the game. As I win, and the most satisfying thing about the game is that when I win, it feels satisfying knowing that I won. And knowing that I'm enjoying the game. But I enjoyed it either way. As I'm getting better, I can see why that this game is definitely worth the cash. And it's only like sell for like $15, and it was the regular price is 30. So I think I got my money's worth. I'm definitely gonna enjoy this game so much more. I'm still gonna play Pro Skater, which is the game I'm still playing, the Pro Skater remake. But for Street Fighter, yeah, I'm still playing that, you know? Sorry, someone called me. I was interrupted. But anyways, yeah, let's continue with Space Talk, another segment. That's supposed to be first after the whole Game Talk thing, but, you know, what are you going to do, you know? Anyways, yeah, something big happened, something that I never thought would happen, but people are going to be... Listen, this is the part where you think I'm crazy. I know that with the whole space thing, me having a segment to talk about space already makes me look crazy. I'm not a hippie. Even though I look like it, I'm not a hippie, okay? But we're going to find aliens, man. But, you know, James Webb Space Telescope was launched. As you can see, NASA, they had a, you know, collaboration with some European space agency. And they launched one of the most expensive items that has been in space. I mean, the most expensive is the ISS, which is, you know, the International Space Station. And I know Jeff Bezos is looking forward to actually launching his space station that is the size of a freaking church. But yeah, he apparently for this one, this also is like up to like 9 billion or something like that. It is a lot. It is a lot of money. And pretty much they are launching this to space, and it has been like decades coming. It has been a long delay, and they finally did it. They decided like, hey, this is, and out of all places, or out of all days, they launch it on Christmas of this year. That has to be the coolest thing. I know some of you, like pretty much for me, as I'm not much of a science freakazoid myself, but I'm a space freakazoid because I love the idea of actually, you know, having this evolution of going to space and how seeing space travel rising up and seeing the future growing and all that. As I'm seeing this, it's actually kind of cool. It really is kind of cool. And pretty much for this one itself, like I know that when seeing, like, you know, there was a lot of talk about, oh, they're going to discover exoplanets, aliens, and discover far things in the universe and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to actually what it really brings and what that really means when they actually put it out. And my goodness, it's something that is, you know, like, you know, launching Christmas and, you know, discovering and launching something that expensive. There was a lot of risk. And I think there's still risk knowing that it's still actually trying to, you know, as it's, you know, still working on its instruments or devices surrounding this to actually find exoplanets, because it is a telescope. They got to have the lights, infrared of the light of the sun to actually make it work, you know, all that stuff to make it, you know, happen. So it's a lot of, like, you know, finger crossed and stuff like that. If I was working with NASA and knowing that how expensive this thing is, I would be scared. I mean, I'm like, that's a lot of money knowing that is this either going to fail or is it going to be a success? I'm not sure. But, you know, we're just gonna, for me, I have to wait and find out. I'm not sure if anyone else is interested, but man, I have to wait and find out, you know. Also, enough about that space talk. Let's talk about the Tooncast, pretty much in the Tooncast segment, which is the animation segment. And it's something that I've been wanting to really talk about and wanting to share is, yes, pretty much this has been a long time coming. I already made a video, but I decided to actually put it in this video. And it's about this whole news surrounding the Hazbin Hotel, of its replacing and recasting its voice actors. And when I first heard the news, I was kind of like heartbroken. I was like, what? That can't, nah. And I found out it's not April, and knowing that this is something that is something like, also I'm really feeling like Viv didn't ask for this, but Viv didn't have a choice. That's what I see. Look, I'm just making my own assumptions, I guess, or something, you know, that you don't need to believe me. I mean, who am I, right? But I heard a lot of news, and pretty much there was a lot of positivity surrounding it. There was not much negativity. There was a lot of hurt, that's for sure, of the fandom, and I kind of feel bad for the fandom. And even though people like to criticize fandoms and stuff like that, I mean, say what you want, but you gotta understand, knowing knowing the voice actors, and especially Michael, that has to hurt. But knowing the voice actors and most of them, man, the fact that they replace the voice actor for Angel Dust has to suck. I mean, he did nothing wrong. I mean, I can understand with Stolas and Hell of a Boss of why it was replaced from the pilot to the first episode, but for this one with the whole recast and before Christmas, or like, it's just like, what happened? And I know that there is a good thing that they actually put, like, their Twitter handle and, official Twitter handle and the official look for what the Hazbin Hotel looks like. But it's like, it still sucks that they had to recast the whole entire characters. I get it. People want to, like, say, like, oh, we got to trust Viv. We got to, give this a chance and all that. Man, so many people left. I think I've seen so many people, like, left the fandom itself, and they just don't want to deal with this. They know that, this has been... And the thing is that one thing that really hurts, that, at least to me, is that it's been 2 years. The pilot is, like, 2 years old. I mean, it's about to be 3 years, but it's 2 years, and pretty much we had literally nothing except for a music video, and that's it. Just little bits here and there. They gave us Hell of a Boss. They gave us a little tease here and there and stuff like that. I don't know how long they're going to hype this up and how they're going to really, get it to finish or something. We can actually send people up to space more faster compared to actually making a new Hazbin Hotel episode. And out of anything, like, pretty much the Hazbin is probably more bigger than whatever space stuff that is, revolutionizing humanity, or whatever comes out of my mouth is pretty much, more bigger than basically it, me, or the idea of, like, Hazbin Hotel, basically. And it's almost like a myth. It's almost like a dream at this point that there will ever be a Hazbin Hotel, that there will ever be, like, Hazbin to come back. But because of just how much it's delayed, how much there's no hype. They've been selling merch, too much merch, to be honest. And, like, where does it get to the point where you stop milking and actually just get it done? Just give what the fans want instead of making all these other projects and stuff like that. I understand. A24. I don't know if it's A24's fault for the whole recasting, but man, it is like yes, I get it. Pretty much it takes a lot because you want to make this perfection, stuff like that, and we just need to see it. And the fact that, Michael's not going to be the voice actor, like, it pretty much, I can't really picture anyone, unless it's me, let me tell you. Like, I mean, I really tried at one point to actually really sound like Andrew does, but, I don't know. I don't know if I have the bass, or maybe I'm not Italian enough to actually do it, but, like, I literally was like, and I guess Michael's gone, well, guess who's gonna voice? I don't know. That's just a dream of mine that will never happen. No, Lord knows that it will be impossible, or would it? We got people going to the moon next year. Like, come on. Think about it. I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's probably impossible. Let me be honest, okay? Unless I live long enough. But other than that, yeah, it's just, people saying, like, pretty much this is, like, something that sucks and stuff like that. And all we can do is really watch. There's no power or nothing. None of the fans can actually hold this. And pretty much the change. And I get it. I don't like change. I had a change in my life that I didn't like. Let me tell you. I already told stories about it at this point. But, change happens. And I guess this is one of those changes where it kind of sucks. It's kind of unfair. But we just got to live with it. And we got to trust Viv to know that this will go right. And will it go right? I just know it will. Okay? I know that it will. I definitely am very optimistic for Hazbin Hotel. But I swear, they got to stop releasing trailers, announcements, freaking merch. Just bring us Hazbin Hotel. It's like, you give us all this stuff. Like, like, for example, some superstar. Hey, new action figure of this superstar. New trading card of the superstar. New magazine. New this. Look, we just want to see the freaking superstar. We want to meet him or her or, stuff like that. Stop teasing. Okay? Just give us and listen. Like, pretty much, I know at this point, at least at some point, the whole hype train for Hazbin might fall off, and I wouldn't be surprised. But other than that, it's all about giving what they want and also just being honest, I guess. I feel like knowing, if you know me, or pretty much, I guess anyone else said this already, if I was actually the creator of a certain show, I wouldn't recast or change anything. I would keep it the way it was, and what made Hazbin is because of those voice actors. But again, it is what it is. Do I, look, and I will say this, okay? I'm not afraid to really voice my opinions and share something that I dislike. Yes, I dislike, Viv's opinion, Viv's choice of actually replacing the voice, the voice actors. As a good majority also feel the way I feel about the whole recasting the voice actors. I guarantee you there's a good majority of them that are like, what the hell, Viv? Like, what the hell? Like, seriously. like, it hurts. It sucks. It's not the end of the world. It's not, the end all be all. It's not like the worst thing in the freaking planet. But gosh, does it suck. It still sucks. I guarantee you it still sucks. And I'm just, I'm being honest. I remember watching a certain video voicing about this, had no apologies. And why should I apologize about my opinions knowing that, let me tell you, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm not really saying like it's gonna suck. I'm just saying that it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. Like, what means more? The voice actors or the value, like, pretty much like you have like different choices. I think Viv was dealing with certain choices that she had to make, some hard choices. And man, it's just kind of sad. I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to leave it at that. It's kind of sad. That's my opinion. I shared more, certain opinions that could get me in trouble. I don't think this one will. I mean, there's certainly going to be some Hazbin fans. Look, I dealt with like a lot of fandoms. I guarantee you, I read certain, like, that's basically what I do in this channel, is dealing with fandoms, especially in the webtoon fandom, and also dealing with, criticisms of what I read and them not liking it, not liking the fact that I read it, also not liking my voice and not liking the fact that I'm a dude reading this or something like that, all that other stuff. But me giving my opinions about this whole situation with the whole recasting thing, I'm not, like, I said what I said, and I mean it. It sucks. Anyways, other than that, yeah, also I've been watching Kageki Shouju. Oh, man, such a good show. Such a good anime. I've been actually really catching up to a bunch of anime, but Kageki Shouju, definitely check it out. I am really thinking of actually reviewing it, but it's such a good one. It's actually about, like, it's called Opera Girl, and also, I don't know how to review it. That's the problem. I've been watching other reviews, but I don't know how to review it, but this one, like, for me, it's called Kageki Shouju, and like, pretty much it's about play. But man, this show itself is sort of relatable, at least to me. I don't know. That's how I feel when seeing it. But yeah, other than that, that's just the one thing I want to share. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you subscribe, like, comment, all that jazz. And I'll see you next year. Happy New Year's, and yeah, one love. Peace.